Hello and welcome to the Johnny Danger Show. I'm Johnny Danger coming to you live from the Danger Zone. And today we bring you another special episode of Saturday morning stream, I guess. And today, on today's episode, essentially we're going to be doing solo trio hot drops. No sweat September. And even though we're in April, essentially, we're going to rip it up. All right, well, here we go. Let's just... all right, the music's too loud. So yeah, so that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing solo trios, where we're going to be doing hot drops in heavily populated areas. And I'm going to be soloing everybody and seeing how well we can do. But seeing if we can get any wins from this today. We're going to be repping the, what is it called? The Frostbite skin. We provided them the Sam Wilson Captain America shield, as well as the Sam Wilson Falcon wings. So I don't know how this is going to go. I've been getting better with my accuracy. My accuracy's been taking a hit. Not this season, though. This season, I felt like I've been doing really well. But, I don't know. This season, actually, the beginning or the end of this season. No, the beginning of the season. The Battle Pass this season is actually really nice. I did manage to get pretty far into it. I decided to get it, even though I wasn't a big fan of this season. Some of the emotes I love, which is the reason why I got it. There's just a couple things that I really liked about it, but yeah, we'll see how this goes.
White with 0W.
What with zero?
Says, Oi.
Oi, what's up, Bubog? I can't say it as good as you do.
White with 0W. Says, Fortnite's shit.
Your face is shit. How's it going? When I say ball bag, it kind of sounds like I'm saying
White with 0W.
ball bag.
Says, LUL. White with 0W.
Where's the chat? How come it's not showing up? Oh, there it is.
Get in by.
Getting by and getting something. Something we're not going to say because we're streaming Fortnite. And let's see if we could do Mega City hot drops. You're going to see something spectacular today.
White with 0W. Says, you got it?
Yeah. But you know something, I was watching the other day, the popular PS4 titles.
White with
PC,
0W.
Game of popular PC titles, whatever.
You're a wank, by the way.
I mean, if wank means what I think it means, then abso-freaking-lutely. But I was saying before you started hurling insults at me, is I was thinking of doing the popular PS4 titles again, and doing Ghost of Tsushima, because I was watching some video of it, and I was like, man, this is so cool. I would love to just stream this every once a week.
White with 0W. Says, wanted to watch the Okist game but you didn't put up the start. White with 0W. Says, do it.
I will. I gotta figure out how to do it though. I just recently moved, so right now it's everything's up in the air. So this is my first stream back from having to set up everything. And in case you didn't catch the title, right now what we're doing is solo trios. And
White with 0W.
If you don't know what that is,
says,
it's crazy.
Hit me up before you start.
Okay. I'll have to do a blast. So the idea is we're going to be streaming something different every day. Ooh, we gotta...
White with 0W. Says, I'll help you get your sound and shit sorted.
Oh, word. That'd be cool. But in case you don't know what we're doing right now, we're doing solo trios. What this means essentially, it's there's squads, right? Oh my gosh. And so everybody here has a full team except for me. Bear with me a second. I gotta figure out how to do this. Gotta end everybody super fast.
White with 0W says, might be slow to get back to Yak in Cunt Thunder.
Give me a second, give me a second. Don't come in here. Oh no.
White with 0W says, fuck
oh, damn! That was fun. That was intense. Alright, not a bad start. Let's check out our stats. 4 eliminations, 42% accuracy, 897 damage. That's crazy. That was fun and crazy. We're gonna do it again. So yeah, so the goal is... Take the sound off. The goal is we're gonna be streaming every single day, hopefully, at least 5 days a week. Monday through Friday, maybe 6 times a week, because Saturdays we have our Saturday morning podcast. But we're going to be doing one game every day differently, with Monday being Red Dead Online, Tuesday being Spider-Man, Sunday being I think we were trying to do what's another graphically intense game? Oh, maybe The Last of Us. And then Ghost of Tsushima leading into the weekend, where then we would do the Saturday morning podcast and then Fortnite. But,
White
yeah.
with 0W says, when you get in back to Straw Dogs.
Straw Dogs, yes. And then I forgot about Sunday audiobooks, which I started posting on YouTube, and I got comments and likes on it already, so that's interesting. I might have an audience for reading books on YouTube or online or on stream.
White with 0W
And Straw Dog is such an interesting
watched
book.
you go through it.
Yeah, that book it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it fucked me up. I'm not gonna lie. All right, first drop we're gonna do is Anvil Squire. But yeah, that book, it gives you a perception on reality that you can't unshake, because then, especially when you're, I started playing this game called
White
The Last of
with
Us.
0W says,
Where it just solidifies
it makes you think.
Oh yeah, it terrifies. It not terrifies you, but it like it personified. It perceptionalizes certain things that may be true. I'm not gonna lie, it might be true. And then playing this game called The Last of Us, the second one, it's like you see it in its entirety, right? Because you can see this reality being so true. And essentially, if you've never played any of those games, you see that society kind of just starts to replicate itself all over again, and the whole concept of the second one, part 2, is that it's all the same. It's just people getting revenge on people, and governments doing what governments do, and it's, you know, and then people rebelling against that system, and then the system replicating the government before it, and then people rebelling against that system and rising up and then becoming the same exact government that they vanquished in the first place, and then somebody rising up, and so it's like this endless cycle of people doing the same thing over and over again.
Whitewood0W says, you should read 1984.
Oh God, that might have to be the next one. But yeah, somebody literally commented on the video. It was like, oh, I could do without the commentary, he says, but great read. I'm like, oh, thanks. The reason, and I'm like, and meanwhile, the reason I'm doing it is so that I can get better at reading. I hear footsteps for sure. There's not many teams here. This is not much of a hot draw, but there is somebody here. Saw footsteps. My mouse is catching. Oh no, I missed all those shots. Okay, I gotta go now. I can't shoot for the shit. Got him. Alright, we'll do a little more somewhere. Ow, that he shouldn't have been able to. I panicked, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, there's no way, there's only one guy left.
Says, the way to do it would be just read it, then if you want to talk about bits of it you could do it in the podcast bit and just play the clip you want to talk about.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I do like reacting to it. It's kind of like, so there's a format on YouTube where it's called the reaction format. And what it pertains to is watching some sort of media and reacting to it, which I kind of like doing, I'm not gonna lie. I like reacting.
Whitewood0W says, I hate it.
You hate me reacting to it? You just want to hear me read it? Or you hate the concept of reaction? Like, I'm tired of hearing your goddamn voice, John. Another thing that I've noticed that is doing really highly well is my Fortnite videos.
Says,
so now I'm streaming that on YouTube. You hate the reaction format. I love it. I like to hear people's input on stuff. If people don't tell me what they think about things, then I don't know how to think about things. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, we're going to capture this point. It doesn't look like anybody else landed here. But I think we're going to have to do mega drops, Mega City from now on. Because that's the hottest drop that I can find. It's the most action. So in case you're not familiar with Fortnite,
Whitewood0W
this is sort of like a capture of the point.
Says, I get your point. You like to find new ways of looking at things.
Right. New, what's it called? Perspectives. Perspective, that's the P word that I was trying to look for before. Perceptualize? Perceptionalize. I don't know. Uh-oh. Take that, go put some at him. I think I panicked. Panicking, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, one more. I'm definitely panicking. Got him. Alright, that's what's up. 2 teams down, let's go. Okay. Oh my gosh. So intense. I love this. This is what I live for. 3 versus 1. They're gonna need a bigger boat. You know why? Cause I'm Johnny fucking Danger. Johnny fucking Danger. Am I right? I shouldn't do that. That's wrong. Oh, I love it. That was great. I did panic, I'm not gonna lie. Johnny fucking Danger. I wish I talked like that. Oh, I need to heal. Holy crap. It's like an adrenaline rush, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so who knows, maybe I'll just do audiobooks and I just read the book. But I love talking about it because it's interesting topics. Especially that topic. It's essentially trying to say we're creatures of habits. We're never gonna change. And we're doomed to do the same things over and over again. And it sucks because it's like, even though we've come so far. Oh, hey, what's up, buddy? One more. I gotta go, guys. Yeah, there's no way I was gonna handle that. I got one of them down. They came out of nowhere. Alright, 18th place, 6 eliminations, 36% accuracy, 1,680 damage, 14 headshots. Let's keep it pushing. We're doing this for another hour. Or 40 minutes. But I want to get into the habit of streaming every day. I don't know how I feel about putting my face on camera every single time, because at the end of the day I want to relax. So, you know, but yeah, maybe I'll try to do Straw Dogs tomorrow. We'll do Straw Dogs around noon. We do have, it's gonna have to be in the afternoon because we have a lot of chores to do tomorrow. Alright, so I'll just put it out there. Straw Dogs tomorrow at 3 p.m. But that was amazing. Being able to get a comment on YouTube, it's like, yay, I'm not doing this every single day for no reason. Or every week for no reason. I'm currently utilizing a headset that's unbeneficial to me. Meaning that I can only hear from one side of it. That sucks. Guilty of sweat. Oh, he has a Xenomorph background. If you want to eat, I'll chef that. Move your feet, I'll let that. Anything you need, I'll get that. Let me take the lead, don't sweat that. If you want to eat, I'll chef that. Move your feet, I'll rep that. Anything you need, I'll get that. Let me take the lead, don't sweat that. If you want to eat, I'll chef that. Move your feet, I'll let that. Anything you need, I'll get that. Let me take the lead, don't sweat that. If you want to eat, I'll chef that. Move your feet, I'll let that. Anything you need, I'll get that. Let me take the lead, don't sweat that. So as I'm streaming, and this is why I'm such a good professional streamer, I'm also playing Clash of Clans on my tablet. So obviously, I'm entertaining the audience with my silence. I do believe that they refer to this in the radio silence, and everyone loves it because every time it happens, they go dead air, That being said, I think we should do Frenzy Fields. Go. So the whole goal of these
Rendon 2064
Brendan!
says, indeed the silence is pro level.
Right? Oh. Brendan, we've been reading a book called Straw Dogs, which we're going to be streaming tomorrow, which I think you would like. And then also, Fed Now, have you heard of it? Monster! Monster!
Rendon 2064 says, yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it? Why not?
Rendon 2064 says, it's the end of fucking freedom.
Well, I mean, what's the worst that could happen if they crack the money that we spend? If anything, they can cut it a little better. Or, what's that word? Or, what's that word? Frame people better. Oh!
Rendon 2064 says, they can shut off your money if they don't like what you spend it on or say.
What? So like, what's the
Rendon 2064 right? says,
from exchanging my
or
money,
decide what you are allowed to buy with your money.
They better not. I mean, they did do that when I tried to buy this game called Escape from Tarkov, which is a Russian-based game. I tried to purchase it multiple times, but my bank wouldn't let me. Oh, I mean, what's to say that? What's to stop the bank from stopping me from doing that? I mean, what's to stop the bank from doing it? Instead of the bank, it's just gonna be the Federal Reserve. Fed Now. Fed Now, it's instant transfers of money. You could do that now.
Rendon 2064
do that now is just because they have to go through the feds first.
American Express and Discover are already trying to begin limiting buying things they don't like.
Like, what does that mean, though?
Anything you need, I'll get that.
This is the greatest emote. Monster! Monster!
Rendon 2064 says, it means you will do what you are told or you get shut off.
Fuck them. I mean, can you elaborate?
Rendon 2064 says, think Chinese social credit system.
And it's funny because, you know what's funny about us having this conversation? It's funny because usually when I stream Fortnite, it's usually based, you know, in the expectation that I'm probably gonna have a younger audience, and so it'd just be funny to imagine some little kid coming in and then just learning about the Federal Reserve and how the economy is about to screw them
Rendon
over
2064 says, this conversation would be grounds to cut off your money.
Right? All the conversations I ever had is enough to cut me off. I have so many personal views on the government and everything, socialism, but they do not like, our government does not like socialism in any capacity. Like, they think it's like some sort of like evil something. In order to giving the money back to the people is like this absurd concept. Well, we need money to operate and provide you with services. Yeah, but you're not providing it to the best. Like, you're literally skimming us through all of our social policies, and then buying yourselves stupid shit. Got our first topic. Gotta hand it.
Rendon 2064 says, that's because socialism is communism walking slowly and quietly.
What? Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that was dope. Yo, I just took out that whole team like a pro. Yeah, I mean, communism doesn't sound that terrible. The only reason that communism sounds terrible to people is because there's tryhards that want to prove that they're better than other people. That's it. And then there's also governments that want to control you in the most absurd way. So that combined with that is just like, you know what? No. I want to be better than you, even though I want the same things as you. Like, so the same people who want to be better than you also do not want you to be better than them.
Look at everywhere communism has been tried other than all those places. Communism is awesome.
It is? No, don't say that out loud. You're definitely gonna get assassinated somewhere. Oh, I'm just kidding. I mean, inherently, I want to believe that the government, or at least some people in government, try. But yeah, they go out of hand sometimes. All right, there's a guy over here, so we're gonna sneak him. Oh, his team. Good job, everybody. Round of applause. I think that's his last team. I don't know. Oh, they poached my shit, bitch. I killed his whole team.
Rendon 2064 says, no, I said other than looking at the results of every country that's attempted communism, mass murdered its people, stabbed, red and imprisoned them. If you ignore all that, it's awesome, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's a big time. Yeah, Stalin. Mao Zedong. I wouldn't doubt China. Well, China's been doing really good, no? Russia's been doing pretty good. That's two teams.
Rendon 2064 says, China hasn't been doing really good, it just doesn't allow anyone to talk about what it does. Look what it's doing to Tibet, the Uyghurs, or anyone that speaks against it.
You think so? I mean, do you think they're still doing stuff like Idi Amin type of shit? Alright, 19th place, 6th in eliminations, 49% accuracy, 1,370 damage, 18 headshots. Not a bad one. Like, do you think right now China is doing Idi Amin type of stuff? and then I'll refer it back to you like you don't think the America is doing shit like that too.
Brendan 2064 says they are still banning speaking about Tiananmen Square and say it never happened.
Oh shit, that's stupid. That's like Germany being like, the Holocaust never happened. Well, I mean, if they lost the war, if they won the war, they probably would have been like that, I guess. But America doesn't talk about shit either. I only found out about the bombing of the Capitol, the war with Canada. I only learned about that like 2 years ago. Either that or they talked about it and I was just wasn't paying attention, I guess. It's not something that we talked about. Not like Vietnam or like, I don't know.
Brendan 2064 says
These guys, they're literally
America doesn't talk about shit, but we're free to do so amongst ourselves if we want.
right?
Brendan 2064 says we don't go to jail yet for it.
Why isn't? Oh, I was like, why is my chat not showing? It's just.
Brendan 2064 says notice the qualifier yet.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, according to the book that I'm reading, according to this book that we're reading, people are just destined to do
Brendan
stuff like that, so it doesn't even
2064
matter.
says they won't need to imprison you if you can't buy food when you talk bad about the government in the future.
Yeah, right. When you're struggling to pay rent, to pay everything, and they can. The sad part is that they have the money to literally target one person, one individual person, and pay people to not allow them to do anything. But yet they don't have the money to give it back to people who need it, right? Like,
Brendan
I wanna spend all this
2064
money to prevent somebody
says
from doing something that he's gonna do
you said a
anyways.
naughty thing on Twitter today, so you can't spend your money for a month. Have fun.
So I hate the hypocrisy. I spit out some truth, so sorry. I cause people to question the reality. And you know what's crazy? I was literally watching this video, and it's like they're like, does our government really think that we're
Brendan
that
2064 says, and if your government has enough money to send to other countries while leaving veterans on the street, it's
Right.
robbing you.
Right? You know how much money did we give to Ukraine for a war that was inevitable? I mean, like 5 months later, they're literally like almost completely taken over. Well, what are you supposed to do? That's like if America decided they wanted to take over the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic is the smallest fucking country. They can literally surround them within like a week. They can take them over, and we're gonna send Dominican Republic trillions of dollars so that they can just prevent it for another week. The only way to prevent that completely is to go to war with that country and attack that country.
Brendan
in the same way,
2064
so that they have to
says,
fight 2 wars in 2
or
seconds.
Grenada.
Grenada was that? Well, welcome to this Fortnite stream where we're learning history. what every kid wants to learn. And how come everywhere
Brendan
I go it's not a hot
2064
rod?
says, an island we invaded because the government told us to piss off and we took over in 12 hours.
Oh, I hear footsteps. I see footsteps. Bye. ran away. I'm being chased by his friend. Oh, he's above me. I hate that you.
Brendan 2064 says, the government, at least in the US, is supposed to be our servant, not our Lord and Savior.
Right? Like, they forgot one key aspect about being a public servant. And can you figure out what key element did they forget about being a public servant? Can you guess?
Brendan
What
2064
in the word public
says,
servant did they forget?
who's the boss?
Well, they forgot the one key word in that sentence, in that word, in that servant. They forgot the one key word, servant. You're a servant. Imagine if you're made 3 times as much as you do. We're the government people, and the government's supposed to be our maid. Clean up after us, right? How the fuck is our government officials, our public servants, making 3 times as much as us? We're paying them, and they're making 3 times as much as us, and then giving us shit because we want more of it back. Help me figure that out for me.
Brendan 2064 says, they didn't forget the word, they throw it in our face all the time and then ignore it because
Right.
they've slowly stolen enough authority by scarring people and now are a beast that can't be fed.
They're like, we're public servants here, but yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're here to serve and protect you, but we're also just not gonna do anything for you and steal from you. Hey! Back off me, buddy. This is literal video that we're probably gonna watch next show, my next podcast. This guy literally goes up to this public official and was like, hey, you know, aren't you the person in charge of doing this? Then why aren't you fired? If we pay you to do this and you don't do it, then why do you still have your job? Right? Public servants are able to keep their jobs, not being able to do their jobs, not doing their jobs. Meanwhile, thousands, millions of Americans are losing their jobs and doing it correctly. Someone explain this to me. Help! I'm having a hard time understanding. The mathematics do not add up. Right? We give you money.
Brendan
To
2064
do what we tell you.
says, because
And you
our
don't do
government went to
what we
work
tell
for
you.
itself and protects itself while it robs and pillages the villages.
And you won't give the money back for not doing it. Wait, what'd you say? Well, hold on. You don't have to repeat it. I'll just read it. Hold on. You said, because our government went to work for itself and protects itself while it robs and pillages the villages. Yeah, right? Imagine. Say you went to like a...
Brendan 2064 says, people like Nancy Pelosi made it legal for Congress to do insider trading.
Yeah. Well, they finally repealed that, but still. Gotta kill this guy because him and his team.
Rendon 2064 says, how does a public servant making 125K a year make hundreds of millions on that pay?
Right? I gotta push this in a second. That's like a police officer calling you calling 911. Like, hi, yes, I'm being robbed, and then they start checking your pockets and going, all right, well, what else you got? No, you don't understand. I need you to stop the guy who's mugging
Rendon
me.
2064
And they're like, all right, well,
says,
listen here, brother. Listen
the
here,
original
pal.
pay system for Congress was a per-day rate because the founding fathers didn't want Congress to become a carrier or them to have the ability to give themselves raises.
What else you got, pal? We're here for all of it. No, listen, you don't understand. I just got robbed. I just got mugged. Yeah, now you're being shaken down. What do you want from me? Well, do your job. How dare you? How dare you?
Rendon 2064 says, during COVID while they were bitching about giving us our $600, Congress gave itself 20% raises twice.
Oh, awesome. 'Cause they deserve it. They've worked so hard. And don't get me wrong, a government, like the office workers probably do the most every single day. And they probably get so much shit every single day from people. But at the end of the day, that's why you get paid. That's why you have a job. You have a guaranteed job. Right? You know what I mean? That's, you have job security while the rest of the country does not. Right? That's why you have jobs. It's because you're so good at what you do, or because you have to deal with that stuff. You do the job that nobody else wants. That's why you're guaranteed a job. You don't do shit. Why do you deserve it, not the rest of America? Like, why haven't I had a raise in decades? But meanwhile, government officials probably don't do as much. Dang. It's hard when you're facing, when it's 1 against 3 people.
Rendon 2064
Alright, 10th place.
says, because they're the federal mafia, not a government.
Yeah. 5 eliminations, 56% accuracy, 1,078 damage done to players with 334 headshots. Right. They're just like, you know what? Well, yeah. I mean, there's a possibility, right? It's a possibility
Rendon
that organized crime
2064
members infiltrated our
says,
government officials. And
we the people are pissed.
But at the end of the day, people outnumber the government. I think hundreds and thousands to 1. So unless you're planning mass extermination of the population, the same population that pays you, then at the end of the day, you're useless, right? Because if you get rid of all the people that you're stealing from, you have nobody to steal from, and then you have nobody paying you. You're being paid and you're robbing. I can't. You have no idea how bad it is. Our medical system's terrible, and if you even talk about it, you know they'll come after you. Like, really? Like, how did it get so bad to where it's just like, hey, you can't even talk about how fucked up something is? Which is the one thing that allows it to get better, is just to talk about it. Like, it's like Al Capone, who had fucking syphilis until the day he died. Going, nah!
Rendon 2064
I got this!
says. The same administration that said people don't need guns to protect themselves from a government with F-15s and nukes said unarmed people almost overthrew the same government one special day.
The state of the economy is terrible. We need to start working more. There's no jobs. No excuse. You need to start paying your dues. You just literally took all of our money, and we can't pay anything. We can't even pay to stay alive. So I have to go and die now. No,
Rendon 2064 says. $7 eggs, but at least we don't have mean tweets, right?
$7 eggs, but we don't have mean tweets. Absolutely. Goddamn mean tweets. Who said you even needed eggs, huh? Egg sounds like a very communist concept. Are you sure you're not a commie bastard? And you know what's funny? In communist governments, they're probably going, oh, these goddamn capitalists. Capitalism is the equivalent to Nazis.
Rendon 2064 says. They're finding out eggs make your COVID and other viral infections.
What? Oh, they did. I'm gonna need proof on that one. Usually I take you at your word, Brendan, but eggs is the oh, why? Because they probably put so much antibiotics in the in the feed.
Rendon 2064 says. Yup, egg yolks introduce proteins that block the receptors for the COVID. Rendon 2064 says. Antibiotics only kill bacteria, not viruses.
Whoa, headshots really do work in this game. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see research on that. Usually I take your word because you're pretty knowledgeable, but that seems a little far-fetched.
Rendon 2064 says. University of Florida found taking sleep aid and drinking milk reduces viral replication in cells 93%.
What? And he's like, I already got the screenshot ready. So many. Somebody's like on top of a building.
Rendon 2064 says. There's research that nicotine may also reduce the infection rate of COVID in smokers.
What? I quit smoking cigarettes. And I kind of felt that way too, because when I was smoking cigarettes, I don't know, it felt like...
Rendon 2064 says. Then drink some milk and eat an egg.
You know, and you think about stuff that they can do, and you're like, there's no way they can do this, right? So, you know, when they said, you know, love your neighbors or whatever, or have as much sex as possible until the government finds out how to make that illegal too. And you go, well, that's preposterous. There's no way that they can control how people have sex, right? But guess what? If they wanted to, they can introduce whatever they want.
Rendon 2064.
Or here we go.
Says,
instead of, let me see
yet
this.
if COVID had been an STD and nobody would have said to stop shit.
They go, there's no way that they can charge for water because water is free, right? And obviously they proved that they could charge for water and people would pay. And it's like, all right, well, the only thing in life is free right now is being able to have sex, and there's no way that they can monopolize that, right? Well, here's the scenario where they could, ready? They could, technically, introduce something to the water supply that makes you... Oh, I missed a lot. Hold on, I was distracted. They can technically introduce something to the water supply that can literally cause invirility, where you no longer can get an erection, and then they can start selling a product that gives you erections. Essentially, making you have to pay to have sex. That's how fucked up society could be. And I wouldn't even doubt that they're already implementing some. Because I started noticing a trend where a trend of men were showing invirility at earlier ages. Or they're having impotence problems at younger ages. And I'm like, well, that's crazy. Like, why and how is that even possible? You have a fucking 26-year-old unable to get a boner. That's just the craziest thing I've ever heard of. But it's possible. And again, we're talking about this during Fortnite. It goes to show you, Johnny Danger does not give a F about his audience. He talks about what he wants to talk about, and that's it.
Rendon 2064 says, they've also found chemicals in the chicken feed that stopped laying eggs, and when switched to different feed they start laying again. They poisoned the chicken feed to create an egg shortage.
Wow. Well, they did have an incident with like an egg factory when the plane burned out, and it was crazy because I remember during the Great Depression they were destroying like mounds of product, right? Going back to Mega City, they would destroy loads of crop and stuff like that. And you're like, and I'm like thinking, why the hell were they doing that? And I still don't know the answer to that.
Rendon 2064.
If you think about it, if they do that, they can mark up the prices.
They've had several food processing plants with private planes crashing into them in the same week.
What? I need articles. You need to send me that.
Look up the word Holodomor.
Oh God. All right, I'm doing this on my own. We're not doing this on stream, but hold on. Holodomor. Holodomor. Give me a second. I'll read it out loud, but give me a second. Let me just get two guns and then I can read this article here. All right, let me hide. Okay, Holodomor. The term Holodomor, death by hunger in Ukraine, refers to the starvation of millions of Ukrainians in 1932 to 1933 as a result of Soviet policies. The Holodomor can be seen as the culmination of an assault by Communist Party of Soviet state and Ukraine peasantry who resisted Soviet policies. So then why would they do that during the Great Depression? Do you think they were revolting at that point? Like, that doesn't make sense. because they were destroying crops at one point in America.
Rendon 2064 says, to crush any resistance to greater government control through desperation.
But I don't think that was happening in America in the 1930s, right? Or 20s.
Rendon 2064 says, not to the same extent, but it's a known tactic.
Gotta go. Okay, give me a second. He's about to get intense because his friends are gonna come up, try to save him.
Rendon 2064 says, give a Democrat a fish he'll eat for a day. Teach a Democrat to fish, he'll steal your rod, sexually assault fish and blame Trump.
There's a guy I think behind. By the way, someone going to jail. That was interesting. You think, obviously he's not going to go to jail, but you think he's at least going to face any sort of penalties? Probably just like fines and stuff, right? 'Cause that, let's be honest, that dude literally incited a riot. Whoa, I'm a fucking beast. Who wants some? Are you not
Rendon
entertained?
2064 says, he didn't start a riot. More videos are showing known FBI agents and informants being the ones doing all the violence.
What? I saw a number of documentaries. But we're gonna pivot from that conversation because that's a conversation I want to get more informed of. Because you just said something that essentially put questions in my head. I mean, I guess you could talk about it. I don't know. I don't think so. I was there. Unless they like, I don't know. Nah. Oh, I killed myself. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I don't know. No. I can't go there. I'm sorry, Rendon. It's just, I've seen a lot of documentaries on it. I mean, look, thinking back to the documentaries now,
Rendon 2064
it wasn't a correlation to
says,
one direct correlation.
For instance, the dude pictured stealing Nancy Pelosi's podium and smiling with a Trump hat. W.A. Slater found to be known Antifa.
No, he was confirmed to be an
Rendon
Antifa
2064
person.
says, you've seen a lot of propaganda.
Well, the documentaries that I've seen were, one was an HBO special. So if they were propaganding, they'd be spending a lot of money. And I don't think
Rendon
Andrew
2064
Callahan is a propagandist.
says, HBO is left-wing.
What does that mean, though? I mean, I kind kind of feel like most of our government is conservative. Well, let's see. All right, let me break this down. Let me what Schrodinger's cat this, because I never deflect any train of thought, right? I always think both sides can be true.
Are you high? The Democrats controlled the Senate and Congress this whole time till the last Senate race where they took the lead by like 2.
I am high, and I mean, I heard from the last time I remember is that even though we have a Democratic president, we've had the most Republican members in Congress or something like that.
Brendan 2064 says, "That's pure horseshit."
What's pure horseshit?
Brendan 2064 says that we have a conservative majority.
I mean, I feel like most of the conservatives make decisions,
Brendan
or at
2064
least control the decisions that are like. I feel like
not
most
even
of the
remotely.
I feel like the conservatives are the reason why the people who are getting the tax breaks are the people getting the tax breaks. I luckily got that. Because if the left wing is all about social policies and stuff like that, then and that's how I usually view things, that the left
Brendan 2064
always campaigns for socialist policies.
No, the people getting the tax breaks are because it's a single party pretending to be two, giving their buddies breaks and blaming each other when it's advantageous.
Oh, I didn't even see that guy. 10th place. 46% accuracy, 4 eliminations. All right, how much time are we in? What? That's 1 hour. All right, so I think that's gonna have to do it for today's episode of Fortnite. I mean, solo trios is crazy to me, but it is what it is. I think I did pretty well. I placed at least top 20 most games that I played. And let's just confirm this, I've did over 3 eliminations, so it's my KD ratio is over 4-1. And my accuracy is pretty high. All right, that being said, I do appreciate the conversations that we had. I'm gonna have to look into more into what you're saying, because
we do not have a two-party system. We have a uniparty with 2 branches that pretend to keep people distracted, that no matter who's in power, the people get fucked.
Yeah. But regarding the thing you were saying about that being a situation where this person was being blamed for something that he wasn't doing, I'd have to research more to be able to see that side of the argument, because from all the, like I said, all the documentaries that I've seen about it, and now I'm remembering watching all the footage.
2064
none of it really made sense.
Says, yeah, the full J6 was being suppressed by Congress until recently.
Really? Ugh. All right, well, we're gonna have to talk about it at a different time. All right, so that's gonna call today's episode. Call it for today's episode. We're probably gonna be back in I want to say maybe an
Brendan
hour.
2064
We'll
says, they recently ordered Tucker to stop showing it.
Really? Tucker Carlson is some sort of activist now?
Brendan 2064
What?
says,
Okay, all right.
yes,
I need you to come to the podcast, not the Fortnite stream, so we can talk about this because I have the ability to Google stuff. But anyways, thank you for stopping by. Thanks for watching. If you have been watching, as always, peace.